reports indicate that Ukrainian forces launched a major assault against the Bakhmut trench, utilizing a combination of infantry, artillery, and armored vehicles. The attack was said to have been carried out with the aim of gaining control of the trenches and driving back pro-Russian separatist forces. The Ukrainian military is reported to have deployed significant troops in the operation, including tanks and other heavy weapons. In the latest development in the ongoing conflict in eastern Ukraine, Ukrainian forces are reported to have carried out a significant offensive against the strategic Bakhmut Trench. The Bakhmut Trench, located in the Donetsk region, has been a highly contested area between Ukrainian troops and pro-Russian separatists, and its capture would mark a significant military gain for the Ukrainian government. The video shows that Ukrainian troops launched a coordinated attack on the Wagner Group using a combination of guns and tanks. The Ukrainian military is said to have deployed significant forces against the Wagner Group, including tank, artillery, and infantry units. The attack reportedly took place near Bakhmut, which has become a hotbed of conflict in eastern Ukraine. The Bakhmut Trench has been an area of contention due to its strategic importance and impact on wider conflict dynamics. His capture would provide a significant advantage for those in control, potentially affecting the balance of power in the region. However, the situation is complicated by historical, political, and ethnic factors contributing to the ongoing conflict, and finding a lasting solution remains a formidable challenge. As the situation continues to evolve, all parties involved must exercise restraint and find peaceful ways to resolve their differences. The escalating violence in eastern Ukraine, including the recent attacks by Ukrainian forces against the Wagner Group, has significant implications for regional stability and international relations. It is imperative that all parties engage in meaningful dialogue and work towards a peaceful resolution that respects the rights and sovereignty of all parties involved. Details about the attack are still emerging, and casualties on both sides have been reported. The situation remained fluid, and the outcome of the clash between Ukrainian troops and the Wagner Group was uncertain at this time. However, the recent attacks marked a significant escalation of the conflict, as it was a direct confrontation between the Ukrainian military and the Russian-backed PMC. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces had for months withstood the grueling Russian assault on the destroyed towns and heavily bombarded trenches that spanned the Eastern Front. But now, with the Kremlin's forces running out of steam after making only collateral gains during a winter offensive, Ukraine is preparing to strike back. If our senior military staff say we have enough troops, enough bullets, enough everything to attack, then we are ready. A Ukrainian soldier, who identified himself as Mark, told AFP in the Donetsk region this week. Russia was beaten back in humiliating defeats near the capital of Kiev, Kharkiv, and Kherson last year. But analysts now say Ukraine has a short window to deliver an even bigger blow. Russian troops recently conscripted into the army are disastrously depleted after their flagging offensive, while Kiev has been stockpiling ammunition, picked up by long-range artillery and battle tanks from the west, and bolstering its forces. The Defense Ministry recently posted tongue-in-cheek footage of a soldier dancing in a muddy trench with the caption, "Once the ground hardens, it will be possible to launch an attack." But more important than the weather is for the Ukrainian forces to master the promised weapons from the West and to synchronize intelligence and logistics, Beliskov said. Hundreds of thousands of Russian troops called up to fight in Ukraine have been unable to turn Moscow's new offensive into a battlefield success, war experts said in a new analysis. And throwing more soldiers into the fight most likely won't help. Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered a partial military mobilization in September 2022 to fight off a personnel shortage, and 300,000 reservists were drafted. These soldiers, many of whom were sent into battle poorly equipped and with limited training, have since been committed to Russia's ongoing spring offensive. The Institute for the Study of War (ISW), a Washington-based think tank, wrote in a Sunday assessment. But Moscow's offensive is likely approaching culmination because advances along several fronts in eastern Ukraine's Donbass region have so far failed to yield more than incremental tactical gains, the assessment said. ISW noted hostilities around the war-torn city of Bakhmut, where intense fighting has raged for months, and cited Ukrainian military officials in its analysis. If 300,000 Russian soldiers have been unable to give Russia decisive offensive edge in Ukraine, it is highly unlikely that the commitment of additional forces in future mobilization waves will produce a dramatically different outcome this year, ISW wrote in its assessment. Ukraine is therefore well positioned to regain the initiative and launch counter-offensives in critical sectors of the current front line, it added.